Are you familiar with the term diaphragmatic breathing? This is a way of breathing that helps you breathe more efficiently. It helps you manage your stress by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, and even helps you lower your heart rate. Watch the full video to learn more. Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to ManFlow Yoga. This video is all about diaphragmatic breathing. It's also known as deep belly breathing. And in this video, we'll talk about the technique, I'll give you some tips, and I'll walk you through the entire process. Now, before I get started, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. We put out great content on a weekly basis, all with the goal of helping you improve your health and wellness, be more consistent with your workouts, and get stronger with yoga. Be sure to hit the bell button, and then you'll get notifications so you know as soon as a new video is released. If at any point in this video you like what you see, be sure to hit the like button. I have a question for you as well. Do you know what diaphragmatic breathing is already? Do you practice it regularly? If you do, go ahead and let me know in the comment section here below. All right. Now let's get into this. This video is going to cover a few things, so make sure to stick around and watch the entire video. First, we're going to go through technique. Second, I'll talk about the recommended reps and sets. I'll also talk about breathing duration, how this varies from person to person. I'll give you some things to keep in mind and leave you with some final tips moving forward so you can work on this on your own. Now, the good news about diaphragmatic breathing is that it's very easy to practice. We're going to be doing this from a position on your back, so just lying down on your back, and you can use pillows, cushions, or other props to make yourself as comfortable as possible. My recommendation would be to use a pillow to put under your knees. That way we're relieving some stress on the lower back, and you can also put a pillow behind your head if that makes you more comfortable. The goal of this exercise is to help you focus on as much range as possible in your breathing. So we want to get the deepest inhales and the deepest exhales we possibly can, filling up all the way from your pubic bone, just above your genitals, and then all the way up to your ribs. So we're going to focus on breathing in those areas. Now, the benefit of getting down on the ground and doing this is that we're allowed to focus on our breathing entirely. So we don't have to worry about what our legs are doing, what our back is doing. So getting down on the ground allows us to focus on our diaphragm, that large dome-shaped muscle at the bottom, at the base of our lungs, which is what this breathing is named after. And we're also going to be able to focus on our abdominal area more. And when you're breathing like this, we're working the entire abdominal area. We're working your rectus abdominis, which is the superficial or the top layer of your abs. We're also working on your transverse abdominis. These are your deeper layer of muscles in the front of your abdominal wall. And then we're also working on your internal and your external obliques, which are on the side of your body. So this is a really good exercise for not just practicing diaphragmatic breathing, but it also helps you strengthen your core. All right, so you're going to start lying down on your back in a comfortable position. Again, you can use cushions or props to support your head, or place a pillow under your knees if desired, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. From there, you're going to place one hand on your upper chest, right around your heart, and place the other hand just below your rib cage. This allows you to feel your diaphragm move as you breathe in and out, and it also makes sure that you're not puffing your chest out or drawing your chest in as you inhale and exhale. As you inhale through your nose, and as you do this, focus on slowly expanding the entire lower 2/3 of your torso. So all the way from the pubic bone, all the way up to your rib cage. You want to avoid lifting your chest off the ground or arching your back. The reason for this is because you want to make sure that the expansion of your belly area comes from your breathing and not from you moving your body. If you notice that your top hand moves while you do this, that means that you're cheating and you should refrain from arching your back. As you exhale, you want to exhale softly through the mouth with your lips pursed. Squeeze your abdominal muscles as you deflate your stomach. And you want to think about pulling your belly button into your spine as you do this. Again, we want to avoid moving here, so avoid rounding your chest or allowing your chest to cave in. Now, as far as the reps go, we want to make sure that we're doing at least 10 high quality breaths. So 10 of the best breaths that you possibly can while practicing diaphragmatic breathing. If it takes you a longer time to settle into a rhythm and get comfortable, then I'd actually recommend going up to 20 or 30 breaths. Expect to spend at least 2 and maybe up to 5 minutes practicing diaphragmatic breathing at a time. Don't go away yet, we're not done. I have some more pointers for you that are going to be really helpful. So one big question here is, how long should my inhales and my exhales take? Now this is going to vary from person to person. It depends on your body composition, it depends on your physical fitness, it depends on your stress levels. So depending on all of that, you may have shorter or longer breaths than the average person. My recommendation is to aim for 4-second inhales and 4-second exhales. From there, you can slowly increase to 6, 8, or 10-second inhales and exhales. You should match your inhale and exhale length. There are a lot of different breathing patterns. You could do what's called a 4-7-8 pattern, which is a 4-second inhale, a 7-second pause at the top of the inhale, and then an 8-second exhale. That's a very popular breathing technique. But to keep it simple, just focus on breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 4 seconds, and then increasing from there. It's not uncommon if you're an elite athlete or you're in very good shape to be able to do 15-second inhales and 15-second exhales, but you've got to start somewhere. Some other things you want to keep in mind is that through practice, you're going to notice that you can inhale and exhale to a much greater depth than you normally breathe. So what that means is, while you're diaphragmatic breathing and you're really focusing on your breaths are going to be much longer than normal. And that's because most of us just don't breathe with our full breathing or our full lung capacity on a regular basis. There's a lot of factors there. It could depend on our posture, could depend on our stress. When we're feeling more stressed, we tend to not breathe as deeply. So it's very normal that when you're practicing diaphragmatic breathing, your breaths are going to be much longer. As you're doing your breathing, you want to make sure that you're filling up and exhaling as much as you possibly can. And that's more than you think you can. So what I mean by that is, your inhales are going to be much longer than you think is possible. So when you reach the top of your inhale, I want you to keep going. So keep inhaling, keep trying to fill up with more air. Make sure you're not arching your back as you do it, but continue to fill up. So you want to think kind of pushing your chest out, pushing your stomach out to inhale as much as possible. And then as you're exhaling, you can exhale way more than you think. So when you start to reach the end, or what you think is the end of your exhale, squeeze your abs, really squeeze your abdominal area, squeeze that area that we talked about from your pubic bone all the way up through your ribs, and get out as much air as you possibly can. You'll probably surprise yourself by how much you can exhale from this position. Now, as you practice diaphragmatic breathing, it is an exercise. It does work your muscles. So you might notice some muscle activity, particularly in the abdominal area, also in the diaphragm, and through your intercostals, or those muscles on top of your ribs. If you're not used to breathing like this, it's going to feel strange. You're going to feel those muscles working, and that's totally normal. You might also feel some stretching near the tops of your ribs. Those are your intercostal muscles opening up as you inhale. And again, that's very normal. Just some final things here. If you are a shallow breather, you're going to feel much more activity in your lower abdominal area, because if you're a shallow breather, that typically means that you're breathing higher up in your chest. And if you are more of a belly breather, or you're not very stressed, then you're going to feel more activity in your upper chest when you're practicing diaphragmatic breathing, because that area is not used as much in your normal breathing pattern. So just know that diaphragmatic breathing is going to feel a lot different than your normal breathing. All right, now before you go, I got some final tips for you, and then you can go on and practice diaphragmatic breathing as much as you want. But I do want to say that the more you practice, the more automatic it will become. So if you're interested in breathing in a way that is more efficient, that helps you strengthen your core, that helps you have better posture, and even helps to manage your stress, then practice this on a regular basis. Find a minute here or there in the day, 2 or 3 times, maybe in the morning and definitely in the evening, when you're solely focused on practicing this type of breathing. As you do it more and more, you'll be able to integrate it into your other activities. Brings me to my next point. If you want to try diaphragmatic breathing in the context of a yoga workout. I have a perfect workout below. It's part of my Strength Foundations course. This is called Breath and Movement with Balance Essentials. It's a 37-minute course that is normally exclusively available on my website in the members area, but we're making it available on YouTube so you can try it out and see if it's a good fit for you. All right, and that is it. I hope you learned a lot in this video. I hope you are excited to practice diaphragmatic breathing. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comments section here. Again, if you want to let me know, do you already practice diaphragmatic breathing? Have you even heard of this concept before you watching this video? Whatever comments you want to make about diaphragmatic breathing, leave them here in the comments section. I will read them. All right, and if you like what we're doing here on YouTube, be sure to check out my website at manflowyoga.com. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next workout, and have a great day.